have been asking is how McGann continued to teach from one state to the next despite a documented issue while teaching in Texas 2 years ago.
And you may recall that McGann previously held teaching jobs in Texas and Oklahoma before coming here to Springdale. While in Lewisville, Texas, there were allegations of inappropriate behavior between him and students. Then after another stop in Tulsa, McGann was set to begin teaching at a local Springdale elementary school. And KNWA's Dylan Nooner joins us now in studio with a look into a background check, how that's conducted for future teachers. Dylan.
Doug, Alley, today I spoke with a local public school superintendent who helped me better understand how this process works. He said there's 3 different background checks that are standard when hiring a new teacher. However, he says there's a lot more information involved than what meets the eye.
The most important thing is that safety is our primary concern in everything that we do. We actually take a number of steps to ensure that safety, because one of the most important things that we do.
Background checks are standard for any teaching job statewide. Dr. Jeff Perry, superintendent for Rogers Public Schools, says there are multiple checks a candidate must pass before being hired.
There's actually 3 background checks that we do. So we do the fingerprinting, and then that's run through the Arkansas State Police and then also through the FBI. So we have both a statewide canvas of any potential criminal history, and then there's a national database that they will go through also.
Andrew McGann passed all 3 checks. He was set to start teaching at Bayari Elementary School this year. However, alleged reports from his past left us questioning, how can someone with his background be allowed to teach?
I heard from my son that there were girls that Mr. McGann would tickle. I start hearing other things from parents whose kids were in his classroom full time, alleging that during lunchtime, when all the kids went to the cafeteria, that he would invite special girls to stay back and to have lunch with him in his classroom.
Dr. Perry explains that other steps can be taken to further profile a potential future hire.
We will contact the references, and then we take an additional step beyond that. So we ask for their last employer, and then we contact that employer to see if there was any problems or issues that we should be made aware of. And so we do a pretty thorough and intensive review of a person's background before we allow those individuals in.
Even with the thorough checks that most school districts follow, Perry says it's possible for a few people to still slip through the cracks.
The issue is, who do you get? You know, if you get the HR director and that individual tells you the truth, if you get an administrative assistant that may not have known everything about that.
Perry expresses parents should feel comfortable sending their children back to school next week, despite the recent arrest of McGann.
We have a position of trust, and we want to make sure that parents feel good about us taking care of their children. So I think that we do a number of things to ensure that the people that we place in the classroom are individuals that we would want in the classroom.
I reached out to the Springdale Public School District where McGann was hired, but they declined to comment on how McGann passed his background check. In studio, Dylan Nooner, KNWA Northwest Arkansas News.